Hey everybody! Today we're excited to be here with Alessio, one of our students who's here to share his story and experience in the training offered by Unger Academy. Hi Alessio, how are you doing?
Hi, Chelsea. Good evening. All is well, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thanks. First, we'd like you to tell us a little bit about yourself, your work, and your hobbies.
Yes, of course. So, I'm Alessio. I'm 33 years old and I work in IT. I'm a software engineer. And more specifically, I'm a developer for mobile devices, iOS, and so on. And I deal with these issues on a daily basis. I work for a German multinational company and I write code all day.
Yeah, it must be fun. And what were your problems before you joined our program?
Well, let's be honest. The problems came later, in the sense that I had already approached trading in the past for some years. It was more an activity that I did, quote unquote, let's say, in my spare time. It was a passion, a hobby that interested and fascinated me. However, I wasn't doing it with great, let's say, ambition, with great dedication. Then, when I got involved in the program, well, some problems emerged, such as specific issues that, of course, I had already had before, and the path then helped me overcome them by giving me a different perspective, even of trading this business, and that's it. I've gone from something I was doing as a hobby, let's say, to a real activity that I'm now much more committed to. And the perspectives have also changed. Let's say that I'm currently hoping that it can become a concrete, solid activity, and that it might even become my main occupation in the future. In other words, that trading could replace a little of what I currently do.
Wow, that's awesome. And what made you choose our program over other options that are available on the market?
So, let's put it this way. I've seen a lot over several years, and there are so many offers, sponsorships, advertisements, whatever you call them. The academies, the phantom traders who, if you've been in this industry for some time, you immediately understand it, are only trying to rip you off, because in the face of measly financial commitments, they promise a lot. Let's put it this way. They promise you profits and gains that are not close to reality. So Unger Academy, instead, the path offered by Unger Academy impressed me in, let's say, two key ways. The first was the transparency in this regard, in terms of profits and results you can achieve. Because from the start, it was made clear to me that I couldn't expect who knows what kind of numbers.
The magic wand.
Yeah. It obviously requires a lot of effort and a lot of dedication, and it must be done seriously. And a good trader can achieve percentages of approximately 20 to 30% in a good year, and in the medium to long term. So yes, those numbers are much closer to reality, and I was happy to see that kind of transparency. And then again, secondly, there is also the fact that, in short, the fact of Andrea Unger, his results, which is tangible proof, numbers, factual data. You have something proven. And the fact that he is not only one of the best Italian traders, but he's famous all around the world. He managed to win the World Cup Trading Championships 4 times. And this is something real. Indeed, it cannot be something invented. So let's say this was a bit of my assessment when I decided to go down this path with you.
Grazie. Thank you. And having put into practice what you've learned in the program, what results did you achieve?
Okay, so let's say I started cautiously. I took it very slowly because I took the course, coded several strategies, and then I just sat there and watched. I did quite a lot of paper trading because I wanted to see what I'd built and how and what it could do. And that's it. Also, to study the platform, I use the most and figure out how to handle any situations, then go live. So I went live in February 2023, and I can say that I am getting excellent results at the moment. So what I've learned in the training program has helped me grow a lot. And currently, let's say, the results are slowly coming.
That's great. Thank you. And was there any aspect of our program that helped you achieve your result?
Well, it definitely helped me a lot compared to before. I mean, previously I was doing more discretionary trading, and it helped me a lot to have a method, to have guidelines that then also made me understand the mistakes and bad habits of the past, and definitely gave me a more solid foundation in certain essential respects, such as, for example, money management. And then, let's say, the approach to systematic trading has changed my perspective a bit, because it allows you to work and explore different markets that you couldn't get to before. The result is more diversification, and this helps you go and break down what can be the risk factor. And it's also helped me a lot from the point of view, let's say, of the fact that systematic trading manages to eliminate the emotional part, which often exists in discretionary trading. So you have strategies that that are running, working for that, doing just what they were built for. So there is not that human who gets overwhelmed by emotions and consequently goes and does some damage. So let's say that eliminating this emotional aspect has helped me a lot to achieve very good results. And finally, I think the Unger method is profitable in itself, in the sense that, without wanting to be trivial, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easy to learn. Or rather, I found it easy to understand. It's even easy to use. As I said, as a developer, I didn't have any particular problems, almost none, actually, in terms of coding the strategies. And I also didn't have any problems in learning the method during the training program either.
So that's a great thing. And how did your life change, not just economically, but also in terms of mindset after following our program?
Well, from the economic standpoint, let's say, there haven't been any big changes yet, because it's the first year. And so, certainly the biggest changes have really come from the standpoint of vision and perspective. I continue to do this activity and nurture my vision of trading. It used to be something I only did in my spare time. But today, on the other hand, it's an activity that I seriously want to expand by dedicating time to it and taking it to a high level. Going back to what I said before, so maybe even trying to make it my main occupation. So there has been more of a change in perspective in my approach to training. And slowly, I hope to develop a financial perspective as well.
Great. And where do you think you'd be now if you hadn't decided to enroll with us?
Well, certainly where I was before, which was doing nothing at all, in the sense that I considered it a bit of a game, a passion, but without having a more serious, a more long-term vision, and certainly even less attractive than it is now. In short, it's something that certainly requires commitment and dedication. However, I also do it with pleasure, and more pleasure than before.
All right. And finally, do you have any advice for people who are watching this interview and are considering enrolling with us?
Well, let's say that this is definitely an important decision that shouldn't be taken lightly. Because aside from the financial aspect, which can be a challenge, it's also a challenge in terms of commitment and the way that you approach the whole journey. So I can also understand those who may still have doubts or even fears. But to put it briefly, these are the basic requirements. If you want to do something well, you must spend time and money on it. So if you have these prerequisites, I definitely recommend taking the plunge and giving it a try, because it is a very interesting path, and it can bring concrete benefits and, whoa, very good results. And that's it. So it's a good path, and I would definitely recommend it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alessio. We wish you, as always, good luck in your trading and hope to see you at the contest as well. Thank you again for sharing your time with us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for your time and this interview, and I hope to see you again.
Bye-bye.